Hello and welcome to another episode of the New World Comics Podcast. I am Buck Berlin, owner-operator of this fine establishment. With me this week is Stephanie Cerny.
Hey.
Hey. The voice of God, Brad Reed.
Under his eye.
Yeah. You can check out Brad and me and Cameo on Nerds to Men weekly on the Nerds to Men channel, which you can find that on Spreaker, Stitcher, Apple something or other.
iTunes.
That one.
Yeah.
Not SoundCloud. Yeah, those jerks. Tried to kill my father once.
Yeah.
He's just too strong.
Yeah, and I don't know. Other people's phones if you're being that creepy.
Yeah, that's true.
Spotify, that's the one I was...
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube, yes.
Oh, Nerdsman's on YouTube?
And you.
Facebook.
Ooh,
and New
nice.
World Comics.
And Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of, if you haven't already, go to the Nerds to Men Facebook page and like it.
Please do.
You can find a link to it right here.
Yes.
I'm sure.
We'll try.
Yeah. If not, it'll be in the listings below. Or I don't know.
As of this, we got like 985. We're trying to get to 1,000.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, joined with us this week is Eddie Santos.
Hello.
Hey.
Hola.
Hi, Eddie.
Hi.
So, just so everyone knows, before we really get this show off the road, Eddie is absolutely one of the nicest people on the planet.
Yeah, nice
thank
guy,
you.
Eddie.
Yeah, around here we refer to him as Nice Guy Eddie.
Yeah, that's actually my name tag when I help out.
Yeah, he's the nicest guy. So
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So Eddie, why don't you tell everyone who you are and what you do around here?
Well, my name is Eddie. I work at a law firm, and I help out wherever is needed here in the store. I started out as a customer, and I help out with superhero school. I help out with Free Comic Book Day, Batman Day, usually outside.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
like
you
our
hang out with me.
I do,
outside.
We have a good time. And help out with New World Comic Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the silent auction table. So that's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Been
you
doing
help
that.
out with Britain.
Yes. So that's been doing that for what, 3 years? 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years.
4 years, yeah. Because I started doing with the
With the
cash
first
register,
one, yeah.
and then moved over to the table. So it was nice. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was
you
fun.
and Law
Yeah.
lock it down.
Yes, that's my con buddy.
Yeah. Well, just because you two are the most personable to explain all that, what a great need that they have.
Yes.
Because they're not the most needy of schools, but they are definitely lacking more than others. And with what they do with what they have is just amazing. It's just phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And every year it gets bigger and bigger and better, and we have a lot more of the vendors who donate their wares, for lack of a better term, to us, and it just gets bigger and bigger, and we have a huge turnout for that.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to be able to help the school.
Yeah.
Because they need it. Help them with the reading program and get that going. So it's really nice, and it's nice when people come around and ask questions and they find out what it's for. They're even more willing to participate. So it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this year we helped buy their microphones and speakers and stuff for when they do assemblies.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, because like everything that they had was like on this last leg, they're like, we need this. So, yeah.
Well, good.
So that was really cool, and they had a little leftover for other things too. So
Very good.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the next Comic-Con so we can see what else we can do for them.
yeah.
And so it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
So Eddie, most importantly, what got you into comics?
I think it's the same story as everybody. I was in high school, got off the bus. There was a convenience store across the street. Went in there, went to buy some candy, saw the books, saw the X-Men, and just instantly fell in love with them. And I've been into them since that time. And I've started my addiction to the X-Men and collecting them. I got back to almost to issue 150 at one point.
Okay.
So I was able to collect that far back.
So when you started, like, not to put a date on you or anything, but what's your era of X-Men?
The era of when Storm lost her powers,
Okay.
when after the Phoenix Saga.
Okay. So, so you would have been like Follow the Mutants kind of era.
Yes.
Okay.
Follow the Mutants. When the New Mutants were introduced the first time, Follow the Mutants. What was the other one?
Oh, there are so many like little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just
So before they ended up in Australia.
way before they
Yeah.
started in Australia. Yes. Before I remember when Jubilee was introduced. I remember when
Okay.
Gambit was introduced. So many of these awesome characters that they have now. All those I got to see them as they came introduced into the book. So that was really fun. Follow the Mutants was another one.
Yeah.
Mutant Massacre with the Morlocks. That was another tragic but
Yeah,
good story.
Man, that's so messed up. Well,
It is very messed up.
You know, all the things that came out after, which we'll get into a little bit of that. You know, just to kind of paint the picture for everyone.
So middle to late 80s, 90s era. So I just dated myself, but yes.
So you brought up the New Mutants. It's something that I don't think gets enough love and attention, really, because I mean, most people know it as it's the place where Deadpool first appeared.
It's more than just that.
It's almost more X-Men than the X-Men, really.
Right. It's is where Deadpool was introduced, and I love the Deadpool character, but Cannonball and Magic, Karma,
Yeah, Wolfsbane, and
Sunspot, when introduced
Richter, and yeah,
Richter, Shatterstar, all those characters, the main core of the New Mutants, when they were introduced and they started the school and they tried to have Kitty in with them, but she wasn't having it.
Yeah.
She quit him really quick. Well, I don't think she even...
Oh, God, and Doug Ramsey.
Yes.
Yeah, Cypher.
Yeah. And I'm drawing a blank on the one he merges with.
Oh, Warlock.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And all those characters, because they were around my age at the time.
Well, and
so...
it's one of those where going back and even rereading it, just shy of the lack of technology in the book, because it's so weird to go back and see things pre-cell phone.
Yes.
But barring that, it's all pretty much same day problems. It's the, oh man, do they like me? Do they not like me? Oh man, I feel like such an outcast.
Right.
Why does the X-Men would always kind of mention it, but you would see it happen in the book.
Mm-hmm.
With the New Mutants, you saw it. You experienced it firsthand. Like you said, the X-Men mentioned it. Oh, we're not liked. No one likes us because we're different. We're changed. We have these powers.
Yeah.
But the New Mutants, not only did they have to deal with being teenagers and going to school, but having almost like Peter Parker and Spider-Man,
right?
In that sense.
But and what they had going for them, up to that point, each X-Men dealt with it individually, feeling like an outcast. They, as a group, felt like an outcast. Like no one liked their group. So it was like, hey, at least I have all my friends, but no one likes me and my friends.
Right.
And it was how they dealt with all that.
Because even though they were being trained to be future X-Men, even the X-Men didn't.
Yeah, the X-Men were like,
didn't take
really,
any-
these kids?
Mm-hmm.
Them?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
them?
Yeah, so that one can fly real fast, and that one
Turns into a wolf, and that one has the power of the sun, and that one has the power of molten earth.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was
see,
kind of
yeah.
their attitude towards them.
Well, and saying that Sunspot had the power of the sun, it's he just got super strength from it. Like, he didn't, like, burn things until later.
Really, yeah.
But, yeah.
I learned to fly later.
Yeah. It's just such an incredible book, and halfway through, Magneto becomes their mentor,
Yes.
which seems like such an awful misstep. But Magneto at the time was trying to become more of a hero, and the more he tried, the more he would kind of sort of fail at times until he, every now and then he would give out a piece of advice or some sort of guidance that really changed the entire dynamic, and then it was okay, so he is our leader,
And just the dynamic between the team and him.
yeah.
Not only did they have to accept or come to terms in a way with, that's our new teacher.
Yeah,
That's our new professor. That's our new mentor.
Here's the guy that you said trust everyone in the world except for this guy.
But you want him to teach us.
Yeah.
Now, do we do this? How do we do this?
And how shunned they felt.
Right.
From the, okay, so none of the X-Men are good enough to be our teachers, so you give us this guy.
You give us your worst enemy to teach us, so you don't care about us. We're just kids.
Yeah.
Throwaway kids in a way because you sent him.
Yeah. And just to see their relationships grow, and every horrible, awful thing that happened just felt so real because you were so connected to it. Each character was your friend.
Exactly. And I remember the Demon Bear storyline.
Oh, man.
That was an excellent storyline. And what Moonstar had to go through to save her parents.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
No. Actually, I mean, go ahead and walk through it if you want to. I mean, if you don't want to, we don't have to.
I'm trying to remember the actual specifics of the story. I know that her parents were possessed and put into this entity that they had to try and figure out how to fight the Demon Bear. When they find out that her parents were in this entity, how do you fight your parents, basically?
Yeah.
And so how do you free them? How do you save them? But at the same time, how do you not die?
Yeah.
Because this bear was out to kill them.
So it's kind of that ultimate, like, it's actualizing that struggle that you have as a teenager with your parents of, okay, I need them, but I need to not, yeah.
As I get older, I need them.
Yeah.
But I need to pull away to be my own person.
Right.
But they're possessed.
Yeah.
And they're out to kill me.
Yeah.
But they're my parents.
Well, and that's the thing is, sometimes their decisions feel like it's, they're out to kill me.
Right.
And it's oh, no, they're not. You're just being a teenager. But it was just so well done.
It was.
And
the artwork was
Bill Sienkiewicz, way back when, his early stuff. Yes. As a kid, I was like, who likes that sloppy, painty looking? And it's wild and visceral, and it just has so much emotion to it, and it's just wonderful.
At the time, I didn't appreciate the art, but looking back, it's like, that added to the story because it was so visceral and so raw in a way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it added to the storyline. Looking back, I wish I could have appreciated it more back then. But now looking back, and I was like, oh wow, that does add to the actual story of how do I not kill my parents, but how do I save my friends, and how do I live through this? So yeah.
Yeah, and that was really kind of the first time that it showed to what length they put the stakes. Like the stakes are going to be this high,
right? And
I'd say that the regular X-Men comics really didn't get that high until like the Phoenix Saga,
right?
And
you're raising the stakes with kids.
Yeah,
they're just learning how to use their powers. They're just coming to terms with them. They're just now getting their feet wet and standing on their own, and now you throw this at them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really far into the book run of the book when they had to deal with this huge situation.
Yeah.
Because before it was like, oh, hi, I'm so-and-so, and this is what we're going to do, and we're training, and a couple of adventures here and there, but then they get thrown into this. Because I think the beginning was when they met Magma and her and Nova Roma, and how they were able to save her, and then it got thrown right into the Demon Bear.
Yeah.
It was like, what do we do?
Yeah.
How do we do this? We have no one to help us. How do we do this?
Well, and then along the way, they started killing characters, which was just not a thing that you did in comics at the time.
Right.
Like, now it's someone died that issue, so they'll be back later. Like, Dead was dead.
That was it.
Yeah.
You died?
And eventually, like right before Deadpool appeared in the book, they killed off Cypher.
Right. I was just thinking about, they killed him and he was dead. And that was it.
Yeah.
And even though some people consider him to be a throwaway character, I didn't. I actually liked Cypher. I liked his character, and I liked when him and Doug, when he became Douglock.
Yeah, when he and Warlock would.
Yes. Yeah. That was, but he just interprets language.
Yeah.
And yes, they've built off of that now, but now back then it was just, we'll just get rid of him.
I think that it showed more character for him to stay on the team because he didn't have a superpower that went out of control. He didn't have a mutant feature that made him look different. He stuck with his peers, even though he could have pretended to not have his power. He was sticking up for his people and doing what he thought was right. And it showed great heroism on his part, and that you just loved his interaction with everyone else.
It just goes to show you that you're different, but you can still stick up for your friends. You can still be there for them.
Yeah.
Even though you might be considered quote unquote normal because you don't have this physical mutation about you, but I'm going to be with them.
Yeah.
No matter what, I'm with them. I'm going to stick with them, and if I have to, I'll give my life for them.
Right. And
which is what he did.
Ultimately, he did. Yeah. Man, and losing Warlock with it too.
Right.
Man, I loved Warlock so much. He was just so cool and just,
It was a fantastic character, and I keep hoping they bring more of him back.
Well, they keep kind of bringing them back, and then it's this failed stop because they don't want to progress them so far that they're unrecognizable, but they want to harken back too much to the things that not everyone's read. So it then becomes the issue of how do you take this beloved concept and make it new again, kind of thing.
A newer modern spin on an old story.
Right. Well, and
so
many of them joined X-Force.
And the Avengers.
And now the Avengers. Yeah.
That was an interesting twist when they did that. When they brought in Cable and turned him into a paramilitary group.
Yeah.
And they flourished doing that because they finally had someone who was backing them, even though he was training them hard.
Yeah.
To be
and not necessarily, Xavier's dream of like equality and peaceful.
Right.
Yeah. It was no. Here's the X-Men Black Ops team. Essentially,
of kids.
Of kids.
Well, teenagers. By that time, they were teenagers, but still, it was Black Ops. Things that the X-Men wouldn't touch.
Right.
Here comes Cable and his team, and you know what? We'll take care of it. We got this.
Yeah, and if a bad guy loses a hand in the middle of a fight, hey, guess what? You should have been.
You should have been paying attention.
Yeah.
Or fighting better.
Well, yeah, and it's what a concept then.
Right.
So.
And they introduced Domino, who's still around. So that's introduced Domino and Deadpool
and Farrell. Shatterstar
Richter.
came around that time.
Yep.
They had changed up Richter.
Mm-hmm. They had Gossamer on there for a while before they went into X-Force. They had Gossamer. Right. She didn't last too long, but I know she was in there for a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting character too.
Yeah. But man, I love me some New Mutants.
Yes.
But I mean, that being said, X-Men is really kind of their perfect, basis for everything because X-Men's kind of the catch-all phrase for any of those books. Your New Mutants, your X-Force, X-Factor, Excalibur, X what have you.
X everything.
Yeah.
Extreme X-Men.
So, what other titles do you gravitate towards?
See, X-Men. I'm also gravitating into Monstrous.
Oh yeah,
Flores actually recommended this book. I was looking for something new. I said, okay, there's got to be something out there I can read something different. Flores says, I got something for you.
Yeah.
So he took me over to Monstrous, and I picked up the first volume. Awesome, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Love the artwork. Love the storyline. And just
what do you love about it?
The story. I like the story. I like that it's strong female characters.
Yeah, what do you tell everyone? Just the overall premise of the first trade.
Overall is there's a war that happened between humans and I can't remember the name, but animal-like creatures. That they have their kingdoms. They have the human kingdom. They have the this particular animal kingdom. They have the witch kingdom where they run everything. They're reminiscent of the Doom Bene Gesserit. That is what I compare it to.
Yeah.
And so this young lady comes into play where her mom has put inside of her something that she's not aware of at the time. And as the story progresses, she realizes that there's a powerful entity within her that can either help her or destroy her.
Yeah.
And so she goes on this mission to find out what happened to her mom, because her mom disappeared. So she's trying to find out what happened to her mom. And she's trying to figure out, as she goes along, she realizes there's more to her than she knew was available in her repertoire. And she's a very powerful individual.
Yes.
And she goes up against these witches in the story, and they're scared of her. They're trying to get her and control her, but they realize that, there's no way to do this. And so I'm working my way through the second volume, but the first volume, the story is and the artwork also carries the story and pushes the story forward.
Yeah.
Because it's very realistic, very enjoyable, and it has some deep, heavy subject matter, but at the same time, it's very enjoyable, and I like it. It's Flores. Thanks.
Yeah. Anytime you come to the shop and don't necessarily know what to read, if Tom and I are busy, holler at Josh Flowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has some really good recommendations, and this one, he knocked it out of the park with this one. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Come to the store and read it. Yes. Come get it.
Any other comic series that you want to talk about, or are there X-Men like storylines that you want to I want to talk about that?
I was a little iffy on the new Uncanny X-Men storyline. It started out a little bubblegummy.
Yeah.
Kind of the new villain of the week, flavor of the week. But now with issue 11, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I liked how it went, but I do love my pop, hear me pandering to the audience a little, and then from there on, it kind of seems kind of like they're setting up for the next series almost.
Yes.
But man, we have Cyclops back.
We have Cyclops back, Wolverine back. I'm sure Professor X is going to show up.
Well, I mean, he showed
some
up in the
Astonishing X-Men.
the Astonishing X-Men annual.
Yes.
And he's way different.
Very different.
Has hair. What's up with that?
Right. That's another. The original run of Astonishing X-Men was another good.
Oh man,
That was a really good run.
yeah. Joss Whedon, John Cassidy.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Excellent.
Yeah. I'd say that it's the best X-Men had been in 25 years at that point.
And where they introduced Danger, that whole twist on that was like,
Yeah.
yes.
The one it just kind of showed what a jerk Professor X was.
Kitty called it
Yeah.
all those years ago. I'm also enjoying Captain Marvel. I know with the movie coming out and all that, but I was a fan of her way back when her and Rogue.
Yeah, back when she was Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how Rogue got most of her powers, her flight and invulnerability, and super strength. Spider-Woman. I enjoy that one. What else? Daredevil. Deadpool. I don't know how it went from that to that, but Deadpool. And I think there's, I'm drawing a blank. What's it? Invincible.
Oh yeah.
That's-
So Invincible. It's probably the greatest, just self-contained. Well, I say self-contained, more or less self-contained comic series.
Yes.
Ever. Like it's kind of all-encompassing, and it knowingly pulls from just about everyone. And when it pulls from something, it does a definite nod. Like it does the, thank you very much, Green Lantern Corps. We're just going to make use of this right now for plot's sake.
We're going to use this one over here. And,
Yeah.
Saga's good, too. I'm enjoying Saga.
Yeah.
I'm picking up the trades on that one. That's a really good story. And I had another one. I went blank on that one, too.
How dare you?
I know.
So, definitely come by and check out those titles.
Yes.
Eddie guarantees them, so if you don't like them, he's going to buy them out of pocket.
They're
Definitely.
good.
Yeah. Eddie won't do that. Just because we promised we'd do so, let's quickly talk about Mutant Massacre,
Yes.
and then we'll move on. So, Mutant Massacre, way back in the 80s?
80s?
80s, yeah.
Seven?
It's late 80s, just before the big switchover in the 90s. Mr. Sinister got a group of marauders to get together and go maraud.
Yes.
Yeah,
Against the Morlocks.
yeah, they marauded the heck out of them.
Yes, they did. And out of Angel and Kitty and Nightcrawler and Colossus.
Yeah, this is where, if I'm not mistaken, this is where Angel loses his wings.
Yes, he got Arclight. No, not Arclight. Harpoon.
Yeah.
The guy with the harpoon. He impaled him to the wall.
Yeah.
Both his wings to the wall, and they had to amputate.
Yeah.
Didn't go
Which
over
is
well.
horrific.
Yes. That, one of the original, after this Phoenix Saga, one of the originals no longer has his power. What makes him unique and what makes him who he is.
Yeah, so you see this
Gone.
guy who's always happy, always willing to help, just done.
And they introduced Apocalypse
Yeah.
into the X Factor books and
that's
his change.
Yeah.
So yeah. That whole double spread that they had with him just pinned to the wall.
Yeah.
And Callisto sitting there watching is like, wow.
Yeah.
They went there.
Oh, man.
They
yeah.
went there.
So, yeah, if ever you get a chance to read the collection of Mutant Massacre, oh, man.
Yes.
It's one of those that it still holds up.
It does.
Yeah.
And Kitty Pryde continually phasing until she's so almost ghost-like.
Yeah. Yeah, she loses the ability to become tangible again.
Right.
Yeah.
And Colossus couldn't change back to human form, and Nightcrawler couldn't bamf anymore or teleport anymore until later.
Yeah, like it messed up the X-Men.
It did.
Like they were not only physically scarred but psychologically scarred.
Yep.
To the point where they weren't cool with anything for a long time.
I believe that's when they started going dark.
Yeah,
When it went dark with the X-Men.
A lot of people hear me, talk about how much I don't like Gambit. It came out that Gambit's the one who facilitated all this,
Right.
And that's where it's the So you're going to let the guy who did all of this awful stuff onto your team just welcome in?
Sure.
Come on, man. Bring more hurt.
Just keep it coming.
Yeah,
Keep it coming.
And you're still going to be a thief.
And now you're king of the thieves.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and
Doesn't
people
put
are
up with any thieves. I'm just saying.
right. And people argue, well, they let Magneto into the team. They let Rogue into the team after what she's done.
Well, go back and read Rogue's introduction to the team. It's different, and all of them are like, listen, you did good out there, but we're still watching you.
Yeah.
And to the point where you'd think that, like, oh, she's more than proved herself. They're still like, listen, you were a bad guy.
She had to prove herself for a good
For
4
yeah.
years of the run of the book before they said, all right, you're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
like they finally started dropping it, but every now and then they'd remind her, like, listen, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
And what you did to Miss Marvel at
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was Professor Xavier who helped her come back
Yeah.
to get out of the coma that she was in. But
Yeah,
they put her through her
right.
through her
And
paces.
at no point was Gambit like, guys, I'm really sorry for what I did. Like, and if he was like, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. And they're like, all right,
Like,
come on.
oh yeah, God, guys, Gambit, he gets it. Let's go. No,
Yeah.
Gambit's the worst X-Man.
They even did that to Emma Frost when they didn't give her.
I have my issues with Emma Frost too,
Right.
but
They were not as welcoming to her at first either, but not to the point where they were with Rogue. When Rogue came on, they were. I think that was the harshest
yeah,
and very
it was like
standoffish.
yeah, like each morning they'd be like, "Well, good morning, evil tea bad guy. How are you doing today?" As if I cared.
Right. She. I think it was right around when they went to the Australia.
Yeah,
When
yeah, it was about
finally-
Australia. When
She was
got
able to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a heck of a time. Let's see. We should probably move along and let's talk about your involvement in superhero school.
That's been fun.
Oh man,
That's been a lot of fun.
yeah. Which as we sat down to this, I was trying to think. Man, I forget the first thing that you did with us for superhero school, because usually when someone comes in and does something, it's the oh man, that first time that they came out, they really brought the
Yeah.
But I just couldn't place it, and I remember why now.
Because I was a customer coming in.
Yeah.
For ever.
Yeah.
And you were talking about doing this play with Superman, The Death of Superman. And I said, well, I might be interested. If you need somebody, let me know. I don't know what I can do, but if you got something, he's like, I got something for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I had, I had almost everything cast. It's just I needed essentially a stage crew.
Yes.
That could be
Tight with the boxes.
Yeah, like they could kind of help clear the set because you were there as the LexCorp crew.
Yes.
You were there as some of the thugs.
Yes.
And then what was it was I think 3 costume changes for you.
Yes. I started as the LexCorp group.
Yeah.
And that's when
because
Superman.
you were cleaning up the body of Superman.
Right.
Yeah.
And we carted off the other guy.
Doomsday. Yeah.
I'm going to lose point on that one. I can already see that. Oh, my God. But, yeah, and he said, just tidy up the boxes for the next scene while you're there. So they had moved them so fast that I was like...
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody sees me.
Yeah, which I guess before we get too much further into it, God, 2 or 3 years ago now, so how decisions usually get made for the superhero school is, well, I'll be sitting around talking, and then someone will say something really dumb, and then I'll say, oh, that's a great idea. Like, oh, we should do a live play of the death of Superman. And I said, no, that's dumb. Wait a minute, we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that wasn't the first time someone said that.
Well, and that's the thing is...
it takes someone saying it a couple times.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's the right off the bat. Oh, I could do that, and usually because I can do something, I do. That's
It
how
doesn't necessarily mean you should, but this time it did.
I mean, it worked out. Listen, it worked out for New World Comic Con.
Yes, and it worked out for the Death of Superman.
Yeah,
It did, yeah.
Which is
More or less.
on our YouTube page.
yeah. Which you can find a link to. We think right here
Yeah, it's on the YouTube page.
somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, it's. I think it's under the Death and Resurrection of Superman. But yeah,
I watched it this weekend, actually.
yeah.
Yeah. My friend Matt and Hunter hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Let's watch this. And they loved it. I'm like, this is fantastic.
On any given day, it's either the best thing that we've ever done or the most embarrassing thing we've ever done.
But it's something.
It's something, yeah.
In the span of 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, I wrote, got costumes together, scripted, and we had one rehearsal.
Yes.
Which was a big deal back
Yeah.
then because we
Yeah.
did not have rehearsals.
Yeah,
No.
well, not that we do anymore anyway.
Well,
but
we did for
yeah.
a little while, but not anymore.
Yeah, but we put together this whole play, and I took most of the dialogue from the books and just kind of boiled everything down to here's this. We had one minor scene get completely forgotten, and then we had one moment when I had to do that. No, it's time for everyone to go. But other than that, everyone kind of hit their marks.
Yeah, people did a fabulous job.
Flowers forgot his lines briefly and then went right back into it like a champ. And if you watch it and think, oh man, these lines are way too cheesy, it's I was either boiling down the scene to oh, I'm going to stop something with my face because that's
Right. It still cracks me up when I see Kelsey. I have fire.
Yeah.
Because I have fire.
Yeah.
My name is Fire.
Yeah. There are a few missteps. Kelsey, that was playing Fire, actually said that her name was Ice and that she has fire powers when Ice shows up and has ice powers. But anyway.
And yeah, it was fun.
It was one of those that we shouldn't have done it probably, but we did, and it was.
I'm glad we did.
I'm so glad we did because looking back, it's one of those oh man, I can't believe that we pulled that off. Really,
in short amount of time.
Yeah. 2 weeks turnaround, which we built the whole set, which was a faux metropolis.
Yes.
Faux whatever yeah.
We had 2 cities. We had Metropolis and Coast City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had both. Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and there were a whole bunch of new costume techniques that we did at the time, and then
Looking back, I was like, oh yeah, we did that.
yeah,
That.
and we had Steve's Superman Return costume completely rip and fail right before he went out. So someone was like, "Here, have these yoga pants no one's using." So he's like, "Here we go." Or maybe it was someone's jacket. Like
Yeah,
it
it
was
was something happened.
something that didn't really fit him and wasn't ready to be used. Got used.
Yeah, got used.
right then.
Complete with mullet.
Yeah. Oh, it was so bad. Yeah. So we went through all of the death and return of Superman. But
Yes.
sorry, go back to your involvement.
So I was helping remove the deceased,
Yes.
and then the next one was
You were.
I was
you-
attacking. The three of us were attacking Lois Lane.
Yeah.
and we came out snapping.
Yeah, because
Like
West Side Story.
West Side Story.
Yeah.
We were the West Side Story hoods. And we did that, and then after that, we were the cleanup crew
That's right.
for the after the funeral and all that. We were the cleanup.
Yeah. Oh man, that funeral.
That was epic.
Oh man.
That was epic.
Yeah, Galen with his bat tears.
Yeah.
Oh, bat boogies. Yeah. Yeah, well, because some of these characters showed up, and it was where were you during the whole thing? Like, the real Justice League that should have been around in the comics weren't around. Like, Flash didn't show up to stop anything. Batman wasn't there.
Right.
Wonder Woman was nowhere to be seen. Like,
Were
of
they-
course Doomsday killed him because, like, it was Superman and a whole bunch of 5-year-olds. Like, like Martian Manhunter who thought he was someone else.
Right.
Fire and Ice.
Because Drake kept saying, "I'm not Martian Manhunter."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because, later on in the book, it, revealed that, it was Martian Manhunter with the mind control gem on his chest kind of thing. It got stupid. Yeah. And then, like, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, which are great, but shouldn't be fighting the Hulk.
Right.
Fire and Ice, which have no effect on the Hulk.
At all.
Sorry, Doomsday. It was just a craggly Hulk. But yeah,
A spiky Hulk.
yeah. The whole team, the whole Justice League at the time, had no business fighting him. And then Superman shows up and was like, "I guess I'm the only one. Let's not call my other friends."
No.
Like,
I got this.
Yeah.
I got it.
Not
It's
even
all right.
Aquaman was like, "Oh, hey, bro, what's up? You need some help?"
Not even him.
Yeah. But man, everyone sure showed up for the funeral.
Yes.
Man, what a party that would have been.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, like everyone's like, "Oh, let's wear these armbands in remembrance." Yeah.
Now that he's gone, what are
Yeah.
we going to do? We didn't help him, but what are we going to do now?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
4 guys show up. One of them looks just like him with like hunting glasses on. Like he's like, "Oh, let's safety first when you're shooting, guys."
Right.
And then here's the Terminator with like a quarter of Superman's face. A metal guy which
With a hammer.
with a hammer, and
A kid.
yeah, and then there's a kid who's definitely not super. Like, it's the one of them you could argue is, but just based on personality, probably not.
Nope.
Probably not. And then everyone was just on board with like, "Oh, I wonder who it is."
Who could that be? Oh.
Yeah. Oh man, he just said this. Could it be? No.
Dum dum dum.
Yeah. And it gets really dumb from there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
yeah.
we had fun doing that
We had
play.
Yeah.
so much fun. Yeah, and again, it's one that, given the day, we'll look back on and be like, "Man, it was so awesome that we did that."
Oh, for sure.
Or we'll look back into that's the most embarrassing thing. Because, just the subject matter alone, like, we should have done a better story, really. But it fits with my love of the horrible, awful, and campy in comics, because comics can be absolutely some of the greatest stories ever told, and also some of the worst. If you
Yeah.
don't know what you're doing, or if you're doing a big project like that and not everyone's coordinated, you get the death of Superman, the death and reign of Superman.
And they did it. It was funny the way that the 4 guys like, "Oh, is it the rain?" The
Yeah.
whole tongue in cheek thing. Hey, it's the reign of the Superman.
Yeah. So what did you do after? What was your next role after?
Living Lightning.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, for Avengers Day.
Yes, that was my first foray into doing. I said, hey Buck, I'd be interested in doing cosplay. I've never done it before. Like, I got one for you. So you helped me put together the Living Lightning costume.
Yeah.
And Phoenix helped me with that
Yeah.
as well. She helped me cut the yellow part of it, and that was my first.
Yeah,
into it.
In my opinion, he's one of the most underrated Avengers.
Yes.
Because you'll see him on the big posters of here's every Avenger, and he's like, oh, there he is, right there,
There he is.
But the No Surrender, kind of gave him some justice there.
We did, and with your help, I was so nervous. That first time, so nervous, I was shaking, and everybody was great. Everybody was like, "Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Just go with it. If you get stuck, they'll help you. Don't worry." Since then I've been
because when you come out, we have Lori as the safety net. Like she,
and she was a big safety net for me that day.
Yeah,
because I kept forgetting and stumbling and not projecting and talking and. And it's like, you got to talk louder, and I still have trouble with that.
Well,
but
in my opinion, like the most perfect character that you've gone, or I guess I should say your most breakout performance so far, Dr. Polaris.
Yes,
because in the comics, he's schizophrenic, but because comics being what they are, portrays schizophrenics as just being absolutely, completely different people. Like, okay, so this time you're a little girl, and now you're an old lady, and now you're a mean old man. And,
right.
It's all right, well, let's play with that.
Yeah, and we did.
Yeah.
And we were doing Justice League tryouts for
Justice League, yeah.
Yeah. And you said, okay, we'll come out as Dr. Polaris first, and then you're going to come back out, and you're going to be a little girl, and, just act like a little girl, and then come back and be out a little old lady.
Yeah.
And then I think there was a fourth one. I can't remember.
There was, I forget what I did, but maybe like a surfer dude or something.
I think so, yeah.
Something super ridiculous.
So with the little girl came out, and I was just kicking my feet and had a little teddy bear, and I want to be a part of your team. What? You were just here? No, I wasn't. I want to be part of your team.
Yeah.
So I get dismissed, and the next go around was a little lady, hold over, complete with purse.
Yeah. But you had all the cats too.
Yeah, the cats and the tissues and the
I brought you a bunch of cats. Stuffed cats.
I had stuffed cats. I had used not toilet paper, but tissue paper.
Yeah.
And Werther's Original candy.
Yeah.
And so at one point I had my purse, and I was hobbled over, and everybody was trying to help pull little grandma over to the tryouts. And then the three that was supposed to give them something, I forgot what it was, and I just pulled everything out of the purse and just threw it at them. Yeah. All the candy, all the used wadded tissue paper, and it was so like, good,
and the best part was one of the kids in the audience said, he has different personalities.
Yes.
And it was that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they were able to.
They realized what was going on, and they caught on to what was going on, and it wasn't done in any kind of bad way, but it was fun.
Yeah, it wasn't malicious, and it
right.
was me more making fun of the comics and
yes,
that's how that works.
The campy side of the comics and everything. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not the only thing that you've done. What would you say your favorite characters to be are, like, really?
Dr. Polaris for one, Masakure from Deadpool, Midnighter, and my newest favorite is Indigo Lantern.
Yeah.
That's my new favorite.
That one looks so cool.
Thank you.
I look forward to Green Lantern Day so much.
I had Matt helped me put that together.
Yeah.
And with my Cosmic Spoon. It's awesome. I love it. It's my favorite. Aside from Midnighter, that's my next favorite one to do, yes.
That's awesome.
It's a summertime costume.
Yes, for sure.
Or mid to late spring, we'll say.
Yes.
Warmish. That's when we're doing it, by the way.
Thank you. It's a little airy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Indigo Lanterns don't believe in much clothing.
Right.
So you have like the little tunic and the loincloth and shorts.
Shorts and
boots.
Or sandals or something.
Yeah.
Just and that's it.
Yeah. Maybe a bracelet.
And a couple of strips of clothing to cover
Yeah,
a strip of arm.
It's like you got plucked out of Avatar.
Yes.
Just-
Yeah.
yeah.
And all they say is knock. So
Yeah.
it's fun. So I'm looking forward to that because I know I'm going to come out saying just knock, 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 knock. I
Yeah.
can hear the knock, knock jokes coming, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, and we have some really fun things planned.
Yes.
So, but yeah, the fun thing like Massacre
Yes.
that you play only speak Spanish.
Yes. I know I keep saying it, but it's fun. That was the first one, one of the first that I actually did all the majority by myself just to see if I can do it. So I'm going to try this. So I stitched it all together. Thankfully, the character I don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because he just threw all his stuff together. I found his shields, which were just street signs. You helped me with the mask.
It was.
Yeah.
Both of you helped me with the
It
mask.
was so amazing when you brought it all in here.
Because it was just this, here's everything. And it was
Yeah.
that's how we approach this.
Yeah, and we got it together. And the way we did it for superhero school is come out and speak Spanish, and you obviously don't know anything that's going on. You can't understand anybody, so just say, come out and say hi to everybody in Spanish. And the hardest thing was to not respond to when people would say things to me
Yeah.
and not respond to them. Because obviously I could understand them, but it was like, don't say anything, because
Yeah.
you don't know what they're saying. So don't say anything. So that was one of the harder things to do, but it worked. It was great because at one point everybody was having an argument, whatever. And then Gwenpool comes out. I'm just like, hey, hi, Gwenpool, how are you?
Yeah.
In Spanish, and they're like, I don't know what's going on, but hey, how are you? How's it going? And everybody's like, what the?
Yeah. And usually in the crowd we'll have someone that's bilingual or something. I think every time that you've done it, no one.
Yeah.
And it's isn't that just our luck?
And we have a good mixture of
everybody.
all of the languages.
Yeah.
And so we were hoping that somebody would be there.
Yeah.
And no.
Because, we were thinking, one of the kids can translate or,
Right.
or
Oh, yeah.
say
Yeah.
something. He's saying this.
was
That's
fun.
mean. Yeah.
It was fun because we had Headpool too, so I kept turning around saying chupacabra. And I tried
Yeah.
attacking. That's a chupacabra. And I kept,
Yeah.
everybody held me back from attacking the chupacabra.
Yeah.
At the time, and I was like, no, but we got to, we have to. It's the chupacabra. We got to get it. No, it's okay. Stay back.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, kill the chupacabra? Why?
Yeah. Man, that was such a good time. Thank you for putting up with my dumb idea.
It was a great idea.
Well, it was it was a dumb idea that you turned into a great idea. Like
And one of my favorite things was when you did the commercial for the superhero school too.
yeah.
That was fun. I kept flubbing the lines. I
But
kept
it
forgetting.
didn't matter. It was all in Spanish.
True.
So,
But-
well, I mean, I guess it does matter.
Well,
At one point, we had the sign.
yeah.
I couldn't remember the address,
Oh yeah. For,
and you had to write it on the back of because nobody could tell if I was looking anyway with the
Yeah.
sign. So I was sitting
Yeah.
there going, "Oh, okay, there's the address. Okay, and say
Yeah.
it in Spanish. Say it in Spanish." Oh yeah, it was.
it was a lot
We'll
of
have to
fun.
do another one of those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think in the summer we have something X-Men related. So yeah. I mean, we might have something earlier, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll make sure that you can pop out and do all that. But you mentioned the building the massacre costume. What are some of your other favorite builds or things that you're working on right now?
Right now, working on Ghost
Oh, for the Iron Man Day.
for
yeah.
Iron Man Day. Working on that one. Matt's helping with that one as well. He's also helping me with.
Is it a secret?
Yeah, better not say it.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Marvel or DC?
They're DC now.
Oh,
Now. Is it for a superhero school or is it for a con?
It's for a con,
okay.
Is it for our con?
of course.
Ruh-roh. Wait a minute. If this is what I think it is, I want in. I want in bad.
Okay, well, come on,
All right.
we'll do this. Yeah. So yeah, it's so working on Ghost.
That's like 4 months away.
I know. That's why we're starting now.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
It was actually we're started working for next month, but it's not going to work out for next month for us. So for me anyway, personally, so we're still going to do it, but we're just going to push it back for the con, or
Yeah.
or if you happen to have that superhero school,
We'll see.
we'll see.
If
So,
it is what I think it is.
probably you do.
Yeah. Is it huh?
Yeah. No.
No?
No.
Oh, is it then The offshoot of?
No.
Whoa, then I have no idea.
Nope. But both of those would be fun to do too.
I mean, this one,
Yes.
I've cast that one hundreds of thousands of times. I want to do Authority so badly. They're just not kid friendly.
That's true.
We're not going to get kids reading Authority comics.
No, they're not.
Or should we?
No, we should not. I mean, later teenagers into adults, yeah. Authority, the original Authority, the Warren Ellison to the Mark Miller stuff, absolutely, positively some of the best comics that you could ever read.
Yes.
Yes.
But absolutely, positively not for kids.
Not for superhero school.
No. I mean, we've taken some pretty high concepts and like boiled it down and made it kid friendly. We can't do that with these. No. So.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'll bug you about that later.
Okay.
But what other costume builds are you working on?
I'm going to. My plan is to upgrade Scorpion.
Yeah.
I'm going to take on this tail.
Oh man, are you doing like an articulated tail that can like sting?
Yes.
That's going to be a lot of work.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. I haven't really gotten down to. I have some ideas rolling in my head, so I haven't done anything sketched like I did for Massacre yet. But I want to tackle to do the tail.
Yeah.
I think. At first, I was going to try and do the belt, attach it to the belt, but you gave me another idea to do it as a backpack, as the armor. So I think we're going to do that. I think it'll be easier to maneuver and
I mean, you might
deal
do
with.
You might do a backpack that like straps around the front of you.
Yeah.
So that's one. That's one I'm going to update. I'm also going to update Massacre.
Yeah.
And do a little tinkering with him. Wolverine. That's another one I want to upgrade. I have to redo the legs and the armor.
Yeah. If you want help with that, like I had so much fun making that
Blue Devil.
Oh, Blue Devil.
Yes.
Oh, that one's long overdue for
Yes.
an upgrade.
Wait,
that's one of your more original
I
costumes.
mean, are you?
That was
or earlier costumes?
That was
I
the
feel
second
like.
or third one. Yes.
Yeah.
Second or third one that I did for Superhero School,
Yeah.
and it's maintained. But I
mean,
think it's time. Yeah.
You're keeping the mask, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure because
that's a phenomenal mask.
Yeah,
that's
that mask is one of those like it's absolutely one of my favorite
Yes.
things I've ever made.
every time I come out when we do it for superheroes. Every time there's always at least 2 or 3 kids that go.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I'll look back, even in that era of making stuff.
That's a very impressive build.
Yeah,
like it's a very impressive mask.
Yeah, like if you were to said, you're replacing it, I would have had
No.
my feelings hurt
No.
a little.
No.
But I mean, it's one that I can look back on and do that. Oh man, my grasp far exceeded my reach. Yeah,
It was.
like
It still holds
I
up,
pulled
so-
that one out of the ether and was like, hey, here you go.
Yeah.
I think I might have squealed at that one because I was
Yeah.
like, oh yes. So,
Well, it was just this perfect storm of just stuff, and But I'll agree that the suit was pretty simple, but we had time constraints and that kind of
Right.
stuff. But there's so many other things that we can do with it. So
but we updated the staff.
yeah,
We just have to update the rest of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's overdue. I think you're right, Stephanie. It's time to do it.
Yeah.
And I upgraded last year. I upgraded Midnighter.
yeah,
Yeah.
Which I know it's not kid friendly, but it's still a fun.
But it's really good for cons, though.
Yeah.
It is.
If we could somehow swing an authority team at the con, oh my god, we'll see. Yeah.
Ideas.
We'll talk about this. I have to get it approved by the wife because
Yes.
I like being married quite a bit. So if she says no more no extra costumes, then we do have the Godzilla Day that we're working on. So that Authority might be a next year kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Well, I can keep upgrading Midnighter.
Yeah.
I hope they bring him back in the comics.
I know. The last
last
time that we saw him was in Grayson.
Yeah. And when him and Apollo had the last 4-issue comic run,
Yeah.
and Apollo was in hell, and all that was a great storyline.
Yeah. And
I
now-
haven't seen him in anything since, so
Yeah.
kind of disappointed.
Yeah, we haven't really seen a good use of any of the Wildstorm characters
Not
since.
not at all. And they're good characters.
Yeah.
And they need to bring 'em back.
Maybe it's because of the Wildstorm reboot that Warren Ellis is doing right now, and it's. I mean, so far, like he might pull it out in the end or something, but
Hope
so
so.
far, it's not good.
Damn.
or it's not what I want out of it. Maybe that's on me for hoping it to be a completely different thing.
Right.
So
There's so many stories that can be told if done right.
yeah.
And I'm hoping they do that with Apollo and Midnighter.
Right. I mean,
So much to pull from.
I would love to see them, more or less get the old team back together.
Yes.
But
That
what do I know?
They need to.
Well, tell you what, Eddie, I think that does it for our time
All right.
this week. I think we're definitely going to have you back on, but
I'd love to come back on.
yeah, but otherwise we're going to get into another tirade of X-Men stuff, which
That works.
The next time you come back, we can talk about X-Men cartoons
Yes, I forgot
Yeah.
about oh,
because
1990s
I've
cartoons.
seen all of them.
All right, fine, let's do it. X-Men cartoons, go. I'm in.
Which is your favorite, Evolution or the one before that?
The one before it.
Yeah, same here. That's what I like.
My favorite character is Boom Boom.
Yes.
She is my favorite character from the cartoon.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
why so?
because she pops bubblegum and then she's just like all over the place, and she's amazing. Like I just love that.
And
Interesting.
they have her on the new X-Force.
Yes.
So I'm glad they brought her back. I know she was on the Dead Souls miniseries.
Yeah.
And they continued her into the new one. So at least she's getting her dues again.
Yes.
So I'm hoping, because she's
just so much fun.
she is.
And I love that because it's a nice change, like to have some fun.
Yes.
from the gloom and doom and
Yes.
the next challenge that we have to overcome. She's like popping her gum.
So
I mean, like, I can only, like, watch a cartoon where I'm just like, oh, look, so this bus exploded,
Right.
and now this guy has to torture himself. Like,
Yeah.
like I understand,
Stephanie, did you watch the X-Men cartoons as they were coming out?
I did, but then I rewatched them when I was older.
Okay.
And I appreciate them more as I'm older.
It's coming out now that the 90s X-Men cartoon is what got more girls into comics than anything else.
I totally believe that.
And they're citing that they had 4 really strong female characters in the show, and most people, most girls that get into comics cite Rogue as being their favorite character just because of how she was portrayed in the X-Men show.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
So-
And it's nice to have the strong females. Because usually when they do the cartoons, it's just concentrated on the males.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's nice to. It's good, and it was a good. It was just one of the best.
And it was a
Yeah.
nice balance.
It was.
Too.
They need to bring them back. In the
I
cartoon.
agree. Yeah, well, and I'd really love to see Marvel bring, the X-Men kind of more back towards that, because it's a really good starting point for everyone to get back into the X-Men.
If only.
I'm not going to remember everything, but even the chick who lived underground with
Oh, Callisto?
she was cool.
Yeah.
Like even her, she was cool.
Yeah, they did the Morlocks. In
Yeah.
The show.
Yeah.
They didn't hit the mutant massacre, though.
They sort of dodged that little
Yeah.
incident. They left it out.
Oh, that would have been rough
That would have been
Yeah.
That would have taken a really dark turn in the
in the cartoon.
Cartoon,
Yeah.
yeah.
So. All right. Well, I think this time that wraps it up for the New World Comics podcast.
Hey.
Anytime you all want to get me talking about the X-Men cartoon, oh man, I'm there.
Yeah.
I am
Oh
too.
my God.
I'm just like Stephanie. I watched them as they were coming out. So
Oh yeah. That was between
It's
that and
something to
Batman the
revisit.
animated series, that was the light.
Yeah.
So I mean,
For
Spider-Man
sure.
was good, but like X-Men.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Batman
I was
were,
never-
Oh my God.
no, Spider-Man has gotten better in this cartoons, but back then it was like
Oh yeah,
X-Men.
it was
Yeah.
at least we have Spider-Man, but yeah, X-Men.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
So anyway, thank you all for listening. I've been Buck Berlin. Stephanie, thanks for joining us again,
Thank you for having me.
and Brad, thanks for running this shindig. You can check out Brad and me and Cameo on the Nerd Cement podcast, which are found.
Street. You almost made me say it.
Streaker. Yeah.
Spreaker, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes Podcast, YouTube, all
Donner,
other places where
listen.
they bootleg them.
Yeah.
Sprinkler.
Sprinklers.
Sprinkler.
Be sure to go to the Nerdsman Facebook page and give them a like, follow them. You know, give them some love. Do it. And most importantly, Eddie, thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing time.
It has. It's been a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, we're never having you back then.
Awesome.
Oh, see, such a nice guy.
My dream has come true.
Yeah. See y'all next time.